this is Rafa with Rafa Racing. We are at Car Week 2024, hanging out at the Quail. As you can see, the cars look incredible. We're about to walk around and take a look at some of my favorite cars and see what everybody brought out today. I actually am getting one of these beautiful guys. I need to get my donor car to them and spec it. They've been actually pinging me the last few weeks or months, and I've just been traveling a lot, haven't gotten a chance to do it. So I'm going to need some help figuring out how to spec my car. But that's one of the cars that I have coming that I'm most excited about. All right, so we're walking into the Rimac Nevera here. I actually got to test drive the car last year, but the battery was actually a little bit low from all the different test drives that they had done. Didn't truly get to feel the power on it. And even at 70% the power, it's actually an incredible fast car. All the different options that you can do with making it front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive. I'm not personally a big fan of it, but it is a pretty cool car, and it's continued to break all kinds of speed records. All right, so now we're here at Bugatti looking at the Tourbillon V16 machine. Looks pretty sick. It's actually a pretty cool color. I don't even know how many horsepower, but it has a brand new engine. Don't know too much about Bugattis myself. And at some point I'll probably pursue one, but I know that if you get a Rimac, you'll get an allocation for it. So we'll see. But yeah, it's a pretty cool car. All right, so we made our way down to Maserati. I'm a big fan of these. They're pretty cool. We've seen it around Europe quite a bit. We see them racing in GT2, and the GT2 cars look actually pretty cool. So at some point I may end up with likely a race car instead of a road car. All right, so I'm getting a Cookie Dream ice cream here. And yeah, you guys will see me eating ice cream the rest of the way. All right, so we made it down to Koenigsegg. Looks like they brought a lot of customer cars, which is pretty cool to see the old generation with the new. It says 30-year anniversary, I guess. So mechanically, engineering-wise, they're actually one of the coolest built cars. All that stuff that they do in-house, the transmission, everything about the car is designed and built in-house, which is pretty cool. I actually like them a lot. I think they're one of the coolest sports cars to drive. They're actually like raw and cool sounding and not just like luxurious looking, but more than likely at some point in the next handful of years I'll end up with one. I actually don't know what this special project is. Obviously it reminds me of the GT1 Porsche. It's a pretty cool inspiration, but it doesn't look like it's a Porsche product or actual emblem Porsche or anything like that. So it just seems like a cool inspiration behind the GT1. All right, so behind me there's the Singer cars. They're so freaking cool. Like I love the white body. I love the big wing. And obviously just the incredible build of the car, the interior, the whole rebuild of it is actually pretty cool. Obviously I gotta get the Gunther spec'd out. But yeah, at some point I might look into a Singer because they're so freaking cool. There's a lot more manufacturers here that we haven't covered. We got here Rolls-Royce, big body, whatever that thing is. I could never see myself driving one, but what I will get is a Cully right here. Not in that color, but I love the Cullens, and it's something that I can see myself actually having in the near future. The 3D printed car, absolute beast. I gotta figure out which one I want, and then at some point make a spec on it. I know they've been calling me to make a spec, so if they're watching this, hopefully they're not. All right, so that's it here for the Quail. We got several more events going to today, events going on tomorrow. We're gonna go out to the track, and then we got Pebble Beach on Sunday. So we're gonna continue to just walk through the events and show you guys what's going on. All right, Saturday of Car Week has been a pretty busy day. There's all kinds of events. Last night we went to a Porsche event that lasted pretty late. Quite a bit of people there actually. Today was a bit of a busy day. We started the day by going to a Louis XIII event. Several really cool people that we met there, and obviously had Louis XIII. There's a nice little setup with brunch and music, beautiful view. And then afterwards we went out to Laguna Seca where there's some classic racing going on. There's all kinds of cars there. Big crowd. It's actually a pretty big event. And it was pretty cool to see some American muscle cars race. I'd never seen American muscles race to that degree. I've seen some classics race, but not all American muscles. So it was actually pretty cool to watch them race. For me personally here, it's not just enjoying, but actually doing quite a bit of business development and relationship building. And so it's been pretty cool because that's what I've done in the gas trading side. And just, now kind of going into the automotive side, I'm learning to, the who's who and building relationships across both the automotive and the racing side. So it's pretty cool that there's so many people out here doing it. We are here at the Concourse here at Pebble Beach during Car Week. We got a game that we're gonna play. I'm trying to guess what the price is on some of these cars that I have never seen. Like this winch here. I have no idea what that car is, but we're gonna play and see what the car value or the market value of that car possibly is. So it looks like it was made in like 1950 as a spaceship. It was a 2016 United nude low-risk car. Because it's that new, I would say and it's opening up. Because it's that new, I would say the value of that car is $200,000. No idea what the heck that is. All right, so now we have a 1984 Honda something. It looks like it's got suede inside, which is probably kind of fresh for its time. I would say that car is probably 300 grand. All right, so here we got the 1966 Canara Roadster. Have no idea what kind of engine it has or what it actually is supposed to be. I would say this one is a $70,000 car. All right, so here we have a 1973 Chevrolet Aerovette. Probably got like a V16 for like 40 horsepower. If I had to guess, I would say 180,000. We have the 1976 Ferrari Rainbow, but it does look very old school. 1976, real boxy. I would say 220 grand. This is a 1972 BMW Turbo concept car. I have a feeling that I've been really underestimating the value of these cars. So for this one, we're gonna go and say 400 grand. All right, so this one here I like a lot. I like the color. I like the gold wings. Car looks pretty awesome for its time. 1970, that car looks pretty cool. I would say that one's probably $1 million car. This is one of the craziest cars here that I've seen. It's a 1970 Ferrari 512 S Modulo Pininfarina Coupe. Don't even know how you get into that thing. Super low. I don't know. I'm gonna say 1.5. All right, so now we're moving on to a little bit more modern cars. 1997 Mercedes-Benz AMG CLK GTR. One of my favorite race cars of all time. Have no idea what it's worth these days, but I'm gonna guess 20 million. All right, so here we got the 1999 CLK GTR road car. I would guess that that's probably worth more than the race car, just because more people would probably want to buy that car. So I'm gonna give it 25 mil. All right, so here we have this absolutely stunning 1996 993 GT Coupe. Looks so mean. I love the wing, everything about it. I would say 850. All right, so now we got one of my favorite race cars, if not my favorite race car ever. That's the 1996 McLaren F1 GTR. I would say that is a $25 million car. Then here we got its counterpart, the road car. It's a 1993 F1 XP car, XP4. So because of the prototype value of it, I'm gonna give it $30 million. All right, so here we got the 1994 Bugatti EB110 Super Sport. No idea what it's worth. I actually have zero clue, but because it's an older Bugatti, I would guess $10 million. Now we're gonna look at some really old school cars. This is a 1938 Mercedes-Benz 770 Pullman limousine. Have no idea on value, but I wouldn't pay more than like 200 grand for it. So here we got the 1924 Rolls-Royce Silver Ghost. I would say because it's 100 years old, I would give it $400,000. All right, so here we got the 1967 Ferrari 275 GTB. It's got a ribbon. It's won some form of award. $900,000. One of the coolest cars ever. That is a 1966 GT40, Ford GT40 race car. I would say $4 million. All right, so this one here is actually pretty crazy looking. It looks comfortable. It's got the rooftop, which is probably pretty fresh for its time. No idea what the value of that thing is. $600,000. It's a 1930. Crazy to believe that this is 94 years old. I'm going to guess 600,000. All right, so here we got this pre-war 1907 Cart 30 runabout. I'm gonna give it 500,000. All right, so that's a wrap here for Car Week of 2024. It was an incredible week. We had a lot of events going on, went from one place to the next, a lot of networking, met a lot of new people, a lot of good energy around the automotive space, and just build out the infrastructure and the experiences and the access and things that we're working on. So we're here at dinner, enjoying it with an absolutely beautiful moon, and getting ready to get something to eat and just call it a week.